Oh, the camera. Oh, sorry, forgot the camera. I forgot the camera. New timer. You can. Oh, ranging from 10 seconds. Okay, very good. We got it over here. We got that. The timeout stuff. Okay. Looking at the face, see how I look. Old lady thing. Like Bob Marley auntie. Oh, I didn't go live on Facebook. I'm not ready to go live on Facebook. Do you know what? Let me fix up myself first. I think I'm too close to the camera. Oh my God. Sometimes I don't like how my face looks. I'm absolutely gorgeous, but I just, you know, I just, I'm on Facebook too, right? On I'm a Rasta for life. Because if I don't include these people in, it's not going to be nice. They've already, disowned me. They've already said, all kinds of stuff. The Ethiopians, everybody. But like I said, on Facebook, I look really nice. Oh my God. But like I said, I lost access to the account and they're still holding it against me. So Facebook, I'm on YouTube. I will, pin the link to the YouTube channel. But your girl is still here. She's still here. I'm a Rasta for life. But like I said, I've been on YouTube. Acting the fool. Okay, so I'm just really documenting this, for I'm a Rasta for life on Facebook because, I've left them out in so many things that it is unbelievable. I'm surprised, you see. So I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I myself, I'm doing fine. I'm not doing anything. I'm, I might go to my daughter. No, there's no might. I'm going to my daughter. So I can, hang with the, grandchildren and so forth and so forth. And hi Facebook. I know it's me. I'm here. I'm just drinking some sorrel. Don't get excited. Yeah, so while everyone has gone buck wild on social media, we over here, we continue to do what we do. I'm on YouTube over here, right? If you want to join me on YouTube, I'm on YouTube. I'm a Rasta for Life, the National Board of Comments. Your girl is over there too. Uh-huh. So I've been on YouTube because you guys been ignoring me. All right, good. Yo, Facebook looks nice. I look all pretty and nice on Facebook. My face look all nice and yeah, Lord, excuse me. But over here, I don't know what's going on. So, anywho, because this is the season, right? Everybody's into this, season. They're not really into the season. Rather, they're into the idea of the season, right? It's the idea, right? But then when you explore what the season means, yeah, this is nothing for what you guys want. Uno spend the whole day on the people their social media platform. I listen to the whole heap of laba laba. No, man, uno not tired. No, sir. I don't like this here because it looks like it's some creature, right? No, it's not. It's not. It's just my red, green, and gold thingy that I had on last night. Yeah, it's just this. Yeah. I got this from Ethiopia, as a matter of fact. Let me treat it nice. How dare you? This came all the way. This came all the way from Africa. Ethiopia. Have a little respect. So when we ready now, we just put it on my head, so get the Rasta thing going and thing, right? Yes, oh shoot, right? But when I have it on, it looks better than this. But anyhow, right? When they caress that thing and it's, yeah, you just look like Bob Marley, auntie. Yeah, my pretty white here, yeah. And then I do a little doodah, I do a little woo, as long as the red, green, and go. Shut up. Hi, Facebook. Oh, you see that? As soon as I said hi, they disappeared. Yeah, so it's your girl. She's here. So yeah, so I'm sitting down and I'm thinking, yes, the Lord, I don't know, he just moves me in all kind of directions. It is unbelievable the way that this man just uses me for stuff. It is just, and it could be any time of the day. It could be just anything. And here he goes. There he goes again. Get to it. Okay. So when he says get to it, you got to get to it. No hesitation, no thinking twice. You got to get to it. Because he's the Lord. As I smoke my big head split. Yeah, that don't change. Okay, Facebook, here we go. Now, because you guys, I didn't see the, you know what, guy needs number 2 morning, Mark Jack, I'm sorry, the phone was hiding the comments because I have the other phone on, so I'm not seeing the comments, but I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for joining me. You guys will always be the ones, to be blessed, right? You guys will always be the ones. Now, yeah, so we're not here for the lava lava and the olive. Oh, no, not tired. I never see a set of people love lava lava so much. Please don't get me wrong. Facebook, just listen and don't say nothing. Please don't get me wrong. Over here on YouTube, how we are. But come on, guys. This is getting to be very obsessive. And it's just not, it's getting to be very scary. And when things like that happen, I get very, I try to get, answers from the Father and so forth because I get scared of, the people, them, not really real talk. So, anywho, the history of the universe. Now, I won't be looking at you guys. I know I'm beautiful, but I can't be looking at y'all and reading at the same time. Okay. Oh, I forgot the glasses. Yeah, because this is the week, right? Once them not hear you talk about laba, nobody not interested. You have to talk about the mix up, dirty argument them in order for people to be attracted to you and your channel. Yeah, Facebook. So that's why I have on Facebook, because they know the routine and they don't deal with the lava. So I have to behave myself. Now, on this wonderful weekend where everybody's doing their Christmas shopping, the Almighty reveals the effects of the fall and the plan of redemption, the painful sacrifice of the Lamb, a symbol of the Savior. The promised garments are provided. The Creator will be the man who will save them. In the couple, intensifies the love and gratitude towards the Savior. The shudder of the evil host before the intervention of the eternal and the revelation of the rescue plan. The eternal accompanies the couple outside the garden. Satan tries again to seize the human being, facing them with fury, but is repelled by the Almighty. And their silent threats, bad consequences of the science of good and evil, the devil's science. We'll never stop with this good and evil thing. The faith of man in the revealed truths of redemption, the eternal companion of the human being in his journey on the earth, nature of the Creator with respect to war, uplifting work counteracts many attacks from Satan, revelations received when building the altar. The two words reflected in fallen nature and immaculate lamb, guided and prepared by in the sacrifice, a representation of the conflict between good and evil is shown. The burning flame, a symbol of divine forgiveness. Nature, even in its fallen state, reveals the plan of redemption. So that's just the introduction as to what you will be reading, right? And as you read, listen carefully. I'm a Rasta for life. After contemplating his children who repented, lay at his feet, the Eternal took them affectionately by the hands and lifted them. He was glad to reveal to the fallen man the plan of redemption. With tenderness, the Almighty began to discover to them first the bitter results of his fall, saying, "Children, you sealed the destiny of all creation in the grip of death. Disharmony already penetrates nature, trying to destroy in it all the virtues. The abyss in which you immersed yourself in disobedience is also deep, so that you can be reached by my powerful arm. Thus detached from the source of life, there is no other human being left beyond death." After uttering these words that revealed a sad fate, the Eternal invited the couple to follow him. Kabis, Bajos, Adam, and Eve, in tears, they followed the Creator in his steps of justice, which led them to the place of the shameful fall, where they supposed to find painful end. On that painful walk, they sobbed when they remembered their past glory, undone by ingratitude. How the terrible expectation of being reduced along with the creation to cold ashes under the darkness of the night of sin hurt in their soul. As they walked, they contemplated through the tears the numb beauty bathed in the light of the Almighty. They saw the innocent animals who were not aware of the great pain. Suddenly the couple stopped, overcome by intense crying. His faltering steps had led them to a lamb, the dearest animal. Would your eyes of sweetness also go out? Drying their tears, the Eternal ordered them to take the innocent lamb in their arms, wrapping it next to his chest. They silently accompanied the steps of the Creator until they reached the top of Mount Zion, place of the shameful fall. Contemplating the remains of the fruit there, with impetus the memory of the divine judgment came to mind. On the day you eat of it, you will surely die. The terrible moment had arrived. The guilty man should drink the bitter chalice of death, succumbing hopelessly. Aware of their downfall, the couple perceived in horror that the hands they had brought to life now held a pointed stone knife. Trembling, they prostrated themselves and waited for compliance with the just sentence. While silenced by fear, Adam and Eve waited for the blow that would reduce them to dust. They felt the soft touch of the divine hands that lifted them into a new life. The condemnation, however, would fall on a substitute. Placing the knife in Adam's hands, the Creator said to him, "The lamb will die instead of you. Adam should sacrifice it." Frightened at the command of the Almighty, the couple, crying, began to cry, "Lord, Jarastafari, the little lamb is not innocent." With an expression of justice, the Eternal added, "If he does not die, you cannot have the clothes of which I spoke." At the insistence of the Creator, Adam, all trembling in a painful effort, struck the sharp stone in the little lamb's chest. The blow was fatal, and the little animal, shedding its precious blood, plunged into the darkness of an endless night. Contemplating the inert lamb on the bloody grass, the couple raised their voices and wept. They were beginning to understand the enormity of their tragedy. How terrible was death! She, in his possession, had turned off all the light in the eyes of the innocent animal. Leaning silently on the inert body of the lamb, the Eternal removed the skin covered with white wool, and with it made robes to cover the nakedness of the couple. After dressing them, he asked them with affection, "Did you understand the meaning of all this?" In deep reflection, through sobs of recognition and gratitude, the couple explained, "He died in our place to give us his clothes." Adam and Eve, although they had understood that physical reality, were far from understanding the meaning of that event. To them, the Creator would reveal the mystery of divine love with an expression of infinite mercy. The Almighty began to reveal to the human being the meaning of that painful sacrifice, saying, "The innocent little lamb which today suffered symbolizes a man to be born. In his eyes there will be the same tenderness, the same love, coated for a just life, like the white wool that covered the lamb. That man will grow like a renewal on earth, not holding the bonds of sin in his hands. In his appearance, that man will not bring the pomp of a king, so he will be despised by many." Who have ears to hear must hear. He will be a man of pain, for the weight of all provocations will fall upon him. In his faithfulness in the kingdom of light, the man will fight the usurper, enemy, finally defeating him after triumphing in his struggles. He will take upon himself the burden of your condemnation that will cause him a terrible death. He will be pierced because of your rebellion and crushed by your iniquities. He will be oppressed and humiliated, but he will not open his mouth. Like the little lamb that today gave himself peacefully, succumbing in death, he will grant you the merits of his victory. Wrapped in the garments of justice, you will be free from condemnation. Eternal life you will achieve in this way by the sacrifice of that righteous man who will be born, Adam and Eve, who in a mixture of gratitude and pain heard in revelation of such a great salvation, inquired reverently about that special man who in his offspring would have to arise in order to fulfill such an immense sacrifice. You hear that? Good. Did you hear that? Because we know the Christ descends all the way to who? Adam. So we now make nobody come trick with no story. In order to fulfill such an immense sacrifice, inquired reverently about that special man who in his offspring would have to arise in order to fulfill such an intense sacrifice. The Creator, looking at them tenderly, moved by a love that overcomes the same death, enveloped them in an affectionate embrace and revealed, I will be that man. Surprised at the declaration of the eternal, Adam and Eve were motionless while contemplating his tender countenance. Overstanding the meaning of the tremendous sacrifice, they prostrated themselves at his feet and with tears cried out, we are deserving of death, Lord, but you are innocent and must not suffer in our place. Wiping away the tears, the eternal with tenderness, he spoke, my children, I love you with an eternal love. I will die instead of you. Given this confirmation, the couple raised their voice in a painful lamentation. They said, we killed the Creator? We killed the Creator? But the Almighty began to comfort the couple with words of hope, saying, after drinking the chalice of eternal death, I will resume life and go up to Zion. I will intercede there for the lost man, granting to all those who repentant accept my sacrifice, the garments of my victory. Together we will finally triumph over the kingdom of sin that will fall into ashes under our feet. I will then create a new Zion and a new earth where only justice and love will reign. We will live like this forever in a kingdom of perfect harmony and peace. The Creator, who accompanied by the couple, was still on Mount Zion. Concluded his revelation by saying, the Garden of Eden will now be empty. The human being during the long night of sin will wander in his exile. He will not walk, however, alone. The Eternal, also a pilgrim, will tread with man all the thorny path until being able to climb up the lost mountain together, triumphantly triumphing over the kingdom of death, the tree of the science of good and evil. Monument of rebellion will then be undone. Stop with the good and evil business. It is Satan's science. He left up at top because he wanted to come down into the abyss and practice good over evil. The Father said, no, we're not dealing with good over evil, we're dealing with righteousness. And he wouldn't stop until the Lord said, you know what, Adam, I mean Lucifer, Satan, wherever, Satan after Inton, Lucifer, Satan, you is a little wayward pickaninny, and you can go down to the abyss and go do your stuff. Go practice good over evil. Go on. But before you get there, you're going to meet Adam, and then we're going to see what's up. Good? So you go ahead. So when he came down and saw Adam and Eve, he nearly had a coronary. The man nearly got berserk when him say Adam and Eve, and that's how the whole thing start. Where were we? Okay, let's go from the beginning because we get carried away. Okay. The Garden of Eden will now be empty. The human being during the long night of sin will wander in his exile. He will not walk, however, alone. The Eternal, also a pilgrim, will tread with man all the thorny path until being able to climb up the lost mountain together, triumphantly triumphing over the kingdom of death. The tree of the science of good and evil, monument of rebellion, will then be undone, giving rise to a glorious tree, joining its crown to the tree of life. It will become the memorial arch of the great victory on the holy mountain redeemed. Then the universal throne will rest forever, which by the triumphant faithful will be called the throne of the Lord Rastafari and the Lamb. Adam and his companion Eve, after hearing such comforting and hopeful words, raised their voices in a song of gratitude and praise. They now knew the infinite love of their Creator and were willing to serve it. After comforting the couple, the Almighty let them out of Eden. It was not easy for them to say goodbye to that beautiful home. There they had awakened to life in the arms of the Eternal. There they enjoyed moments of pure happiness in the company of the Creator, the angels and the docile animals. An infinite nostalgia seemed to involve the couple in their abandonment steps. It was with horror that Satan and his subjects witnessed the intervention of the Eternal. Did I tell you? Did I tell you? Did I tell you? They were shaken at the surprising revelation of the rescue plan. With rapid frustration, they understood that if indeed the divine promise was fulfilled, there would be no hope. After considering everything that had happened, great anger took hold of his heart. He was not willing to recognize the redemption of the human being. He would make every effort to retain him, together with the kingdom that had been delivered to him. When the couple, accompanied by the Creator, reached the valley wounded by death, it dawned. There, Satan confronted them with fury in an attempt to seize the human being again. The couple was trembling on the face of the enemy, but the Almighty's protective hands calmed them, expressing in the countenance the firmness of a justice that is eternal. The Eternal silenced the threats of the enemy with the following words: the human being belongs to me because I bought it with my blood. As they walked silently beside the Creator, Adam and Eve watched with sadness the signs of death stamped on that nature before so full of life. The beautiful flowers which had unbuttoned to exhale eternal aromas now being withered. The little birds who happily greeted them at each dawn with their trills now flew distant, sounding such sad songs. Everything was changed. in nature. The science of good and evil had brought no good to the universe. But an intense spiritual and physical conflict. Stop with the good and evil. Faced with the devastating consequences of this fall, the couple, defeated by an inexpressible sadness, prostrated themselves and cried bitterly to the Almighty, who was also saddened by pain. This is from Melchizedek, the high priest to the Almighty. Good? All right. He told them about the new heaven and the new earth that one day would create, where peace and love would reign in each heart. There they would always live together, not bringing on the forehead the marks of sadness, but crowns of eternal victory. There he would dry the tears on their faces, and they would never wet his eyes again. Protecting Adam and Eve in their steps, the Creator led them through a wounded valley until they reached the foot of a hill. They climbed it in slow steps while exchanging words of encouragement and hope. His feet finally reached the soft grass that covered the spacious top of that hill. It was on that place that the couple saw each day the sun decline, bathing the sky in valleys of bright red, like the blood that had dripped from the lamb's chest. Turning to the eastern side, the couple, in a mixture of pain and nostalgia, contemplated in the distance the landscapes that enveloped them in the happy past when they saw Mount Zion, which stood majestically in the middle of Eden. They cried when they remembered the fall, how weak they had been. The sun was declining in its day, announcing the arrival of one more sad night, the first out of paradise. In a calm gesture, the Eternal, showing them the overstanding valley of the hill, spoke to them with affection. Here will be your temporary abode. From here you can contemplate the paradise that for some time will remain on earth until it is collected to its place of origin within the celestial Jerusalem. They are protected by justice, await the dawn of victory. When the great day arrives, we will return together to Zion, where we will be crowned in glory in a kingdom of eternal happiness and peace. After saying these words, the Almighty commanded the couple to build an altar of stones there, on which every week on the night before Saturday, they should immolate a lamb in a memory of his sacrifice. As a sign of his presence and for the certainty that his sins would be forgiven, he would light a fire on the altar, which would last all night until he completely consumed the sacrifice offering. For the human being to be able to affirm its faith about the revealed truths and not in the visible manifestation of the person of the Creator, he would remain invisible from the moment onwards. Only on special occasions, when his appearance or that of angels become necessary for new relations, revelations, and warnings, would this occur. Contemplating his children saddened at their moment when they would be left, apparently, alone. I've read this before. We're up to, it's very long, right? So we're up to 25 and it goes all the way to 51. Me can't do 25 more. God ain't long. But anywho, I read it before. So what's going to happen is I'm not going to tell you. But it's absolutely wonderful to be able to read this because it's the book, right? So we've read now where Adam and Eve are going to be thrown out of paradise. And while we read this, we also get to read about the Christ and the sacrifice. Wait, where was I? Let me see where I was. Okay. All right. I want to make sure I get the. Okay. Chapter 21. Okay. And what we learn here is that there was a sacrifice again in the beginning of creation, and it's about Adam having to sacrifice a lamb in order to get forgiveness from the Creator due to their transgressions, Adam and Eve, and what he taught them, the Creator, is this was going to happen again. But if you don't kill the lamb, how am I going to have clothes to cover you? That is deep. So you get to see the symbolism right there. And then he goes on to say that he's going to be that man. Now, this is from Melchizedek, right? This is from way, wherever, however, ancient of days. Whoever got it, whatever it is, I don't know. But we do know that Melchizedek, mentioned in the Bible, is the Creator's number one priest. And he's the one of the angels that came to Abraham to tell Abraham he's going to have a son. And Sarah laughed, and he asked Sarah, what's so funny? Melchizedek. Ask me how I know. I was there. Don't pay me no money. They know how I get on YouTube. They know. Facebook. Yeah, so it's a fascinating book. And this is from way back when, the ancients of days, right? Way back when, right? And it's from Melchizedek. How he know all this gonna happen? Anywho, so we're reading that. So now you get to see now that Adam had to do that to the lamb in order for the Creator to cover them, so then no walk around naked, because this is the end of the road for you two guys. Good? You gotta go. But even though you gotta go, I'm gonna still be here for you, but I won't be visible. But I'm here. Because they done ruined everything, nature, everything changed because of what they did. So they could walk with the Creator, talk to him, all these things, hear him footsteps, all these wonderful things, and then mess up all of that because of who? Satan! Yeah, my YouTubers, I hope you enjoy this. If whoever gets to listen on, we got more to read. So we're up to 22 and it goes to 51. And being this is the, season 4, whatever, this is what we'll be doing until the time. But it's not really the time, but they say it's the time, but it's not. But, we know it's not. Okay. This is the Roman time. Okay, darlings. The Ethiopian time is very different. It's not now. I think it's January 5th. Mm-hmm. Because we know he's a hind let loose. Oh, yeah, we know he's a hind let loose. He got to come from the tribe of Naphtali. Anywho. So, yeah, so we, oh Lord, so we're reading that because it's very important on this wonderful weekend, where everybody's running around and doing all kinds of stuff, right? And the origination of the whole story where everybody's running around and doing, whatever, right? So, I'm just, the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. I keep saying that. Don't. So I was directed here, other than reading scriptures, read that. So I did, partially, right? So I did my part because there's more to read. So with that, I'm looking at it again. I hope you've been edified. What's the word, guys? Edified, right? I hope you've, found a little edification. Mark Jack, my darling, bless up your good self. And Guyanese number 2. Have a wonderful, whateverness it is. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. It's Sunday. Surprise.